And so with that being said, Jupiter, let us know everything we need to know about Paris. The floor is yours.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Good evening, bonsoir, namaste, salam alaikum, buonasera. I mean, like, I've been just checking the chat and it's just going like everybody who's coming to Paris, March, May, wedding anniversary, studying, living, anywhere in France, if you're coming to Paris, once the presentation is done, please reach out on Instagram. I'd love to connect with you, go for a wine or whatever, show you around as well. I'm so excited. A little bit about myself, actually. So I'm just gonna where is my presentation? Just a little bit before my presentation. So I was actually born in Rwanda, like Leah said. I migrated to France. If you know Rwanda, we had genocide and stuff. And so luckily I was able to survive with a few members of my family. I moved here in 2001, so it's coming up to 21 years almost. Feel old now. I'm 50 years old right now. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I lived in Paris maybe for a few months before moving down south, close to a region called Limoges, and that's like in the middle of France. And then I lived in Toulouse. That's where I did my studies. And in 2008, I was itching to leave France. I'm like an international kind of person. So before moving to France, I lived in Ethiopia. I lived in Ghana, hence why I can speak a little bit of Ghanaian. And then I came to France. So yeah, in 2008, took my stuff and ran away from France and Europe and went to live in Dubai in the Middle East, where I was a flight attendant for about, let's say, close to 10 years. 2017, I came back to France. Was doing a little bit of a photography course because it was what I was doing as well, to share my passion for travel for the last 10 to 12 years. And then I had a crazy opportunity to go to India and live in India and work with a travel company there as well in Jaipur. Got to travel around India, took some clients as well to do like festivals and stuff in India. You can see most of the stuff on my Instagram. And I got back in 2019. And in between my trips, I got stuck in India for let's say about 10 months in COVID. I was there when it was COVID, but I was stuck there for like 10 months with my friend where I lived. So yeah, that was crazy. Last year, I came back to Paris. Now, Paris is such a special place, obviously, for me, because it's the first contact city that I lived, because I was born in Africa. And so having that African education and the whole thing, then you come to Europe, then you have like a European education, and you have to speak French as well. So it has a special place in my heart. Plus my family as well lives here. That's about it. I mean, in terms of like Paris, like how it's approached to me. And obviously I started integrating like my storytelling, because I'll meet people like, oh yeah, what to do in Paris? Or when I travel around the world, they're like, oh, you're from Paris. And now I often forget that a lot of people do come to Paris to see the city, but it has a lot of hidden stuff about it as well. Obviously it's not only Eiffel Tower, but I've seen like a lot of chats. Some people have been here before and some is their first time. Obviously, when you see the Eiffel Tower, c'est magnifique, c'est joli. But there's other stuff more than Eiffel Tower. But before we start into the presentation, I'm going to do a screen share here. Donde está mi screen share? There we go. Boom, boom, boom. So obviously, anybody who's coming to Paris, one of the main things that you have to sort of put in mind, there's me, beautiful picture. Look at that. Magnifique. The map of Paris. So the airport, I don't know if some of you have a computer or on the phone. The airport is located, I would say, approximately about 30 minutes, 35 minutes outside of the city, or yeah, close to 40 because there's traffic. I don't know, some of you living in New York, Boston, Los Angeles, some of you have your airport close by to the city. That's not the case of New York, though. It's way, way out, out of the boroughs. But in Paris, it's outside. So sometimes it's a little bit challenging for people to come because it's a hassle. You have to get a train. But fear not, my dear people, my friends, I'm going to explain to you today. So we do have trains. We have a transportation system, which is really good. Sometimes it's not good because of, we like to strike. We don't like to work, or I'm going to get in trouble for saying that. We like to make revolution. That's how we say it in French. And so the trains generally do work. And normally now for those who have come here before, we used to get like this small card, like a small ticket, like in paper form, but they're trying to phase them out. So now we're going to get like a travel pass, which is like a card, and you can buy it in the train station. Now, Obviously, when you come into Paris, you want to go like from left to right, to left to right, up, down, everywhere. I think it's a clutch thing to do to get a pass. Because once you get a pass, say you're coming for a week, you get a week pass, then you can use all the transportation systems that are available to you, right?
So Jupiter, really quickly, can you enter your full screen for your screen so everyone can see the bigger picture?
Of course
Thank
I can.
You. Airport information, very important. So
wait, ¿dónde está my full screen?
It's the green button on the top left of the gray screen there.
I have like share, but I don't have the full screen option here yet. Hold on, just give me a second, people. Oh, Jupiter doesn't want to use it. Wait. I don't have the full screen option on my.
I think you can just maximize the gray.
I lost. Hold on.
Oh, if you go back into your presentation, you just maximize the screen.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do, but it doesn't show my screen. Where is it? Presentation? Hold on. Wait, just a second. I'm just going to stop sharing and I'll reshare again. Hold on just a second. There we go. Sorry about the inconvenience. Por favor, forgive me. And there it is. And this is going to be like full screen. There we go. Wait. And there, where is share screen? There we go. Oh, there we go. Sorry about that. There we go. That should. You see my screen now?
Perfect.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Okay. So I was saying, so yeah, you get a full day. You get like a weekly pass. So this is the information I got it around, and I'm going to share the new how do you call it, presentation where I added actually the link for you to be able to like, before you plan your trip, you sort of want to go there and see like which pass you can get. And you can also like plan out your trips and stops as well. It's very, very important. Obviously, we have Uber and we have the e-bikes. I'll come to those ones just in a minute. Yes, some of you are not comfortable with the public transportation, but I think it will help for you to like have that local, kind of vibe. You go in the metro, and obviously there's some tips and tricks on how to be safe. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you are travelers. We can come to that. And so metros, subway, bus, trams, you get a pass, which is about 12 euros. Now, before we go into, you see I've written Z1, Z3. So it's like zones. So Paris actually works in zones. Airport is in zone 5, which is the furthest away, all right? But when you come to the heart of the city, which is the heart, le cœur de Paris, it's the heart of the city, we work in districts. There's district 1 up till 20. There's 20 districts, all right? So when you're in the heart of the city, that's zone 1. The little cities on the edge of Paris, those are called zone 2 cities, right? Famous ones is where I live, por favor, Ivry-sur-Seine. Then you have Vincennes, and you have Saint-Ouen, which is in the north. These are like little things that you know once you get into Paris. Then you have zone 3, and then zone 5. Versailles would be like, I think, zone 5 as well. And the airport is in zone 5. We have another airport if you want to fly out of Paris to other parts of France, which is in zone 4, which is in the south of Paris. Sorry, I beg your pardon. All right. So heart of the city, zone 1. All right. Districts, don't forget. We'll come back to the districts because it's a lot of little tips and tricks that we're going to be. Why is it not going to 5? Page 5, please. Yeah, there we go. All right. So you can get a pass. Those passes are very important. Like you keep them with you because sometimes nowadays we have a lot of controls. You don't want to get fined, which can be really annoying. And the pass normally like allows you to use obviously like the metro, subway, bus, tram. There's trams as well around and in Paris as well. All right. A day pass, which covers all zones, should go around as well for the 750 or 12 euro. All right. Now the e-bikes, the scooty, like people like are on top of them. I don't know, or because of I think you can see them like the e-bikes are like this lady over here. You need to have a helmet. Those works as well with on-demand bikes. So they're like bicycle that you go on and then you take. You should have like, they're trying to install like rules with helmets because now Paris has been pushing a lot for bike lanes. And so you have a lot of bike lanes in the city. You can actually go around the whole city in bikes. Now, mind you, Paris is very hilly, and it's not hilly like San Francisco. I don't know if some people from San Francisco, but there's some places in Paris is very hilly, and then you're gonna work out. But with electric bike, it's fine. You'll be fine anyway. All right. And it's a very, very convenient when it's sunny and it's a great weather. It's a fantastic way to go around the city because you get to see little neighborhoods that you don't get to see when you're underground in the metro, because it's like, you know, metro, you don't see anything. All right. So transportation, Lyfts, Uber, Bolt, taxis as well, Limes. I sometimes use them late at night. So late at night, our transportation system, the metros and the RER, which are the suburban trains, they close around, I'll say ish midnight to 1 o'clock. Some train lines do push it all the way till 2 a.m. But we have bus systems as well. And those bus systems, they go to other parts of the city. They are night buses. So they work when the metro stop working. They are called night buses. All right. But obviously, like I mean, this is like a local tip. This is what I'm going to be telling you. Not a lot of people use it. You see, sometimes people are partying, they use it, and sometimes people don't use it. But they're a very great way of getting around Paris. Obviously, you can still use Uber and other stuff. All right. Fantastic. Man, let me see this one, the next one. So we're done with buses. Now the question is, where do I stay? Donde está I stay? Now, Paris is in a very expensive city. I think it's number 2 or number 1 on some lists. It can get pricey, but you can find your way, you know, to save a little bit of few bucks here and there. Obviously, Uber's biggest market is here in Paris, in Europe, and I think worldwide actually. So before we go to where to stay, I put like here where to stay. Charonne, Le Marais, those are a pricey area, but the clutch thing is that it's in the heart of the city, so you can move around easily, right? Montmartre, Saint-Georges as well. Montmartre, of course, this church on the top of the hill. It's a very nice neighborhood, a little bit pricey, but as well, you're close to theaters, restaurants, and if you're like, you know, you want to walk in Paris, one thing I have to tell you, you're going to be walking a lot. Up the hill, down the stairs, up the hill, down the stairs, up, down, up, down. Sometimes you do your 10,000 steps within the morning. And the Petit Montrouge and Jean Jaurès also is another neighborhood. So now I'm going to go back. I hope you can see the map. To the map. Oh, no, not this one. It's hidden. Yeah, there we go. All right. So as I was talking about the districts, Le Marais will be here. Can you see my mouse? I'm like flying over. Okay, it's like around the 3rd and the 4th district. All right, Le Marais. Montmartre, Saint-Georges, it's going to be around here and the Pigalle area. Now, mind you, like the 9th arrondissement, so in French, you're going to hear, c'est le 9e arrondissement, c'est le 2e arrondissement. So the 9th district has a lot of cool bars, cool restaurants that sometimes, you know, we're not so formal about it. Just walking around and you find a restaurant. That's the French style. Sometimes, you know what I mean. And this area where I'm zooming, Champs-Élysées, the 8th. I mean, if you got cash, you better send me some. But that's a great area to live, but it's a little bit pricey. That's where the President's Palace is. That's where the shops, like the high-end shops are. And that's where the Arc de Triomphe is. It's a great area, but it's sometimes a little bit pricey. It's also like quiet and stuff. So you find restaurants and high-end restaurants as well. But I would say, like, from a Parisian perspective, from my perspective, it's not that lively. It's a little bit, je ne sais quoi. So the 16th and the 8th, they are close to each other. Obviously, you have great views of the Eiffel Tower, and then that's the River Seine. So here is always, when the river is crossing like that, so the river goes through Paris like that, on this side, the bottom side is called Rive Gauche, and then the upside is called Rive Droite. All right? Now, you see the 15th district, 14th district, that's like my kind of vibe as well. It's a little bit, how do you call it, bourgeois, but like a sophisticated area. That's where a lot of artists used to be. Montparnasse, very important to remember. It's one of the highest tower in Paris. And also a lot of, what do you call it, bistros and cafes. And in the 1920s, so like recently we had to patronize Josephine Baker. you had a lot of artists who used to come there. So they didn't have any money, including also, by the way, famous Pablo Picasso. They will come there, they'll have coffee, they'll just be miserable and just sit there and start like, artists daydreaming, la la la, making stories and stuff. That's how they got, like, some of them got funded, because then you had like this elite and intellectuals who had money and who like to, fund them for their projects. They'll find them there. So if you have time to go to Montparnasse area, it's a great area. It's also a great area because it's close. So to this Rive Droite, you have Assemblée Nationale, which is the French Assembly, and the Senate is not too far as well. So, the elitists, politics, intellectual, they want to be all sophisticated and thinking stuff. You find them there as well, right? Now, this 5th arrondissement, close to the Senate as well, you have the university as well. You have a few universities along the way as well, which is great. So the Saint-Germain, that area, Odéon, Saint-Germain, is a fantastic area. Lots of theaters, lots of cafes, a lot of shops, galleries as well. So you just want to walk. It's a huge area here. All right, it's a huge area. 7th neighborhood, the 7th district and the 8th. The 7 is very like posh, top. It's close to the Eiffel Tower. You find a few restaurants that are really good, but it's just gonna be like, I enjoy going there to take pictures. I'll tell you about that later. But I try and stay away from there. There's like no supermarket. Like, it's too clean, We want it a little bit, a little bit naughty. All right, so I live close here. Normally, this area is called Ivry-sur-Seine. So I live in this neighborhood, which is on the outskirts of Paris. But mind you, Paris is growing. And as we are approaching 2024, where we're going to have the Olympics, I'll come to that as well. We are trying to make Paris is going to become bigger. So these cities might be eaten by the heart of Paris a little bit. They'll become part of a larger project called Le Grand Paris. All right, follow me along. All right, Le Grand Paris. So as you can see, the heart of the district, number 1, it's like where they have the Louvre Museum as well. And all the way up here to 1, 2, 9, and 3, lots of restaurants, lots of theaters. It's a very lively neighborhood. Hence why I was saying, if you can stay in Marais, terrific, if you have the budget for it. If not, try and go in the 14th, the 13th. You can go anywhere in these neighborhoods. Obviously, like the 20th is a little bit ethnocentric, a little bit lively as well, but it's starting to change because here there's a small town as well called Montfermeil, where a lot of bourgeois have gone to live, who are like the new middle class of France upcoming. So you have like artists, architecture, and kind of stuff like that. All right. I would say like I'll be biased a little bit because I'll be on this area. So the Chinese neighborhood is in the 13th arrondissement, but I would say 4, 11, even the 12th is really nice and it's posh as well. And we have here a big forest. I'll come to that. They are called parks and forests for like walking and, like it's like a Central Park, but Central Park is a park, but we have like forest, like a small forest, if you can call it. All right. So those are the neighborhoods, the districts that you should be looking into when you're trying to plan your trip to come and live in Paris. All right. Everything is covered here in the heart by the metro system. Some of the metro system just go on the outskirts a little bit as well. And so that shouldn't be a problem. All right. All right. So next, I think where to stay. All right. There you go. Fantastic. I even did a nice little map for you to show you the areas, right? So we have, where's my mouse? There we go. Villette, Jaurès, this is the area I was talking about. Jaurès is also a really nice area in the 19th arrondissement, which is terrific. Okay. The church, for some of you who are remembering the, how do you call it? The Cathedral Notre-Dame is on the Ile de la Cité as well. Okay. C'est fantastic. Quartier Chinois, Petit Montrouge. This is great. All right. Now the trams, normally our trams always go on the outskirts of the city, around the city. All right. They go in a circle and you have like 3 or 4 lines of trams, which like shows you a little bit on the outskirts of the city, which is a great way also of seeing the city. All right. So now that you've got your place, you put your luggage, mind you, some apartments in Paris are tiny, so they might be stairs. So be careful when you're packing your suitcases. Little quick tip, insider. I live on the 5th floor in my apartment. no lifts, and the stairs are kind of like, so I call it the eagle nest. So be careful. Like for those who have like sore knees like me, I'm growing old now. Just kidding. And like tiny apartments, just be mindful of that, because like I've seen like people carrying suitcases in tight spaces. It's kind of a bit hard, but then sometimes you have great views of like, the French what's going on, and you can like, snoop on everybody. All right. So now once you've got your home, you've taken a shower, you're feeling great, arts and culture, right? We want to go in arts and culture, museums, theater, and exposition. Well, we know that Paris has like the Louvre, Musée d'Orsay. We have some other museums as well, Centre de Pompidou, Musée de la Photographie. Is a huge collection of arts, and we get exposed to so much art, right? For example, when I take clients around to shoot around, I always tell them like the Louvre, technically you might need like 3 months and a half, and that's like reading everything and going around everything. It's huge, humongous, right? And obviously some of you are coming in September. I've seen March, May, April. Just have a look on the Louvre website, because now they've changed. You have to buy your, your pass, and to be able to go and see what expo is going on, right? You have to get your timing so that you don't have to queue forever and ever and ever, okay? It's very important that you look into that. So here I put Musée Carnavalet, which is in the history of Paris, talks about the history of Paris, the way the city was founded. That's close in the second arrondissement. Maison de Victor Hugo is about Victor Hugo writer, which is in the third arrondissement. You see like the first, third, like a lot of stuff are like in that neighborhood, right? Musée des Arts et Métiers, it's like about ancient like works that used to be like, it's about art, but works like jobs, different jobs that used to be before, and the new and old ones and new ones that are coming. All right. Centre Georges Pompidou have like now an expo on the fashion designer Yves Saint Laurent, I believe. That's a great one to see as well. They always have different, expo and things going on. And I think last time when I went, they had like something about photography, which was great as well. All right. Museums, the list is very long, right? You can Giverny. Obviously, like if you're coming, it depends on what you like. Then you can look into like the Paris city vision as well, and Paris culture, because there's so much culture and that you need to be exposed to. Now, as a local, like when it's Sunday, we have like a special day, I think in May, where it's Paris White, how do you call it? La Nuit Blanche. All museums stay open. So like museums, embassies, you don't get to go into some secret rooms, but like embassies, how do you call it? These like huge buildings, official ones, where you can actually go in and see like how they are. You can even go and visit the French presidential palace, but then the ticket is very long. Everybody's like, I want to go and see what's going on there. You only go in his office, you don't go in the, hidden rooms and stuff. So French people, like, we love our culture and arts. So during the weekends, some people, when they want to make it sophisticated, they go to the museum, they see what expo is going on, and you can see it. Right now, we have like the Grand Palais, which used to also host a lot of expo, and they used to have a fashion show for Chanel. It's under renovation. But then next to it is the Petit Palais, which has an expo. I believe it's on Finnish arts, which is starting, I think, mid-March and ongoing, which is great. You see, so we always like, look, okay, what's going on this week? And then we just go. All right, that's the French style. Sometimes, yes, we can book if we're like, really like, oh my God, oh mon Dieu, c'est quelque chose que je veux vraiment voir, something that I really want to see. There we go. All right. And theaters. So I've chosen like these 3 theaters because I've been to theater like 2 times. Sometimes I beg your pardon, I don't want to offend anybody here. Sometimes it can be boring, but some are great. These 3 theaters, I chose them because obviously if you don't speak French, or if you don't mind and you just want to listen to French, great. There's so many theaters, like the list is endless in Paris. But I chose these 3 because sometimes some of them are in French, but they are subtitled in English. Aha. And so you can, follow along a little bit. Although it's like going to be like watch a subtitled movie, but you have like the subtitles in English. And some also are in English arts as well. Obviously, you have all the Lion of the Roi de Lion, Lion King, yeah, the play. I don't think we have the Hamilton play that came to Paris, but we have some other plays as well that are international in Paris as well. Okay. So you see, I put 10th, 14th, 16th. 14th, remember, Montparnasse, bourgeois, all intellectual and sophisticated people. 10, 9, lots of restaurants, lots of theaters, and lots of nightlife, which is great, right? Don't forget that. And 16th is in the top west part of Paris. Now, I know some of you got kids, so I put some expos Cité de Sciences et de l'Industrie in Parc de la Villette, which is in the northeast part of Paris. It's very good because sometimes you have like immersive experiences for kids. They can like, I think they have like a mini rocket space shuttle. So the kids are like all like, I remember when I came to France, it was the first time I came to Europe. I went to this museum. I was like, wow, this is a small space shuttle. It's fantastic. So, you know, you can interact. Kids always love it. My little nephew goes there sometimes and he goes berserk. Last time I think they had like a, how do you call it? The submarine, which was great. They also have concerts and they have immersive expo. The last one they had was Van Gogh with like 3D lighting and stuff. So you could sort of immerse yourself in the painting. It's fantastic. There's a park around it. You can picnic there. There's a canal around it. You can walk on the canal. You can lie on the grass. You can get to the supermarket, buy some baguette. Although we don't we call it baguette, but normally it's tradition. And, you know, just have like a little picnic with your loved one and your kids, and even adults can go there. It's not only the kids and the people with the kids. Even you and your girlfriend can go there. It's a great place. Jardin Plantes has a very large collection of butterflies, insects, centipedes, plants, and stuff. Fantastic place to learn about the stuff that they took from the colonial time. I'm getting in trouble for that. Very good place to actually see a lot of plants that you don't get to see. It's a very good place. And they have a nice park around it, so you can lie there and, you know, frolic into the sun and read a book with your loved one. Mwah, c'est magnifique. All right, 59 Art Rivoli. This is a very funny place. It's in the first arrondissement and not too far from Musée de Louvre. It's actually artists just went into this building. It was like sort of random. People just like, it's like 5 floors at least. And people just, you get like a small entry and different artists come and expose there. So you have multidisciplinary artists, you know, people who are like with glasses, carpet, painting, what else kind of, poetry. It's a very special place, I think. Like when you go there, like on a weekend, especially, you have to queue up. It's really interesting to see like all these different artists who are like showcasing their work. They stay there, so they have a residency there, and then they change, how do you call it? It rotates as well. All right, it's very important. Le Petit Palais, I just talked about in the 8th arrondissement. Technically, you can walk from these two, but it's like maybe like a 2-kilometer walk, maybe. But it's good, you know. Once you're eating all those French butter and bread and then pastry, you gotta walk it off. Me being judgmental. Oh my God. Parks, right? After eating, getting all cultured and inspired, your mind needs to unwind and take it all in and relax. And maybe get inspired, who knows? And maybe find yourself a French chérie coco. Right. Parc Buche du Chaumont in 19e arrondissement, the 19th district, fantastic park, very hilly up and down. I remember I had a nice siesta in this park. You have great views, by the way, of the Sacré-Cœur, which is the church on top of the hill, the cathedral, sorry. It's a very nice neighborhood as well, because you have lots of restaurants and how do you call it, like galleries as well. But it's like, tourists don't think about it on this park. You can just go there actually and lie down and read a book and just unwind. You know, like Paris gets busy and stuff, and you see families getting around and people just doing their own stuff. So it's a very nice neighborhood. I would recommend to go and visit. All right. One good thing about the park, what else? It's big, not big like Central Park, obviously, please. It's like still big. You can walk around, you can go for a jog. And they used to have like a nice, I think it's Rosette Bonheur, where you can have like, when I went in winter, I think 1 year ago, you can have like blue wine and people were dancing, obviously because of the restrictions and stuff. Now things might be, getting back to normal. Then you can see people sometimes dancing there. It's really nice. I really like it. Parc de Butte de Chaumont. Magnifique. Parc de Montsouris, 14th arrondissement, family-oriented, calm neighborhood, relaxed. There's a train underneath it that takes you from Jardin de Luxembourg, which is just 2 stations above, which is great. It's a nice neighborhood. It's calm. It's a little bit sophisticated. It's quiet. It's good. You also have the university, International University, just next to it. There's a tram as well. It's great. It's a nice park, really like to unwind. If you've got your Airbnb there, you can go for morning runs. You can just sit down and read a book. Sometimes you don't need to like be like a headless chicken just running up and down. You can just go there, relax, and have a nice wine. You'll be fine. The parks generally open between 8:30, by the way. I just want to let you know. Once springs come in, they open a little bit earlier, I think 8 or 7:30, and they stay late open. They stay open late. My God, my English is becoming worse. Bois de Vincennes. Now, Bois de Vincennes, ooh la la, magnifique. There's a castle there, actually, in Bois de Vincennes. So there's 2 forests. If I can go up on my map, if you can see my mouse right here, this is the Bois de Vincennes, and this is Bois de Boulogne. Bois de Boulogne, very, very big. Bois de Boulogne has this area, Chaliot, Mouet, Auteuil, is a very posh neighborhood. Lots of like, it's close to like the television station, like very nice high-end neighborhood. Plus, there's another area here called Neuilly-sur-Seine. That's where the rich people live as well. Bois de Boulogne sometimes has a bad rap because that's where, prostitution, sometimes people go in the forest, but some other parts of the Bois de Boulogne is very big, by the way. You can like go for cycling. You can see families with their kids sitting there. When the minute there's a little bit of ray of sun in Paris, people are in the parks and in the bois, and they're just doing their thing. I like Bois de Vincennes as well because it's close to the south of where I am. There you can, when the sun is great, when the sun comes out as well, you can rent a small boat. Generally, like when it's packed, people like fighting to get the boat. 45 minutes, you can row, just go around there. They have a little lake around there. It's very romantic, very nice. This neighborhood as well, my goodness, it's like, mwah. I wanted to live there, but it's very expensive. Bel Air, it's like our holy, how you call Bel Air in California, sort of, you see like nice houses. So here they call them, how do you call it? It's not maison propriété. Like when you come to this French, they're like big buildings, like 3 or 4 floors. Those there, it's really nicely lined and everything is clean. It's very, very nice. It's beautiful. And you can go for a run there as well. They have a castle, which is Chateau de Vincennes, which is very good as well. Another reason I like it there is a place called Rosa Bonheur there, which is like a small kind of restaurant, bar thingy going on. And I remember during like, was it like the summer, like that's just finished and stuff? We would go there like every Friday. You could get like a beer and a pizza, and there's music playing, and you can see families there. People come there and have drinks, and it was great. I remember when they had to close it down because of curfews and stuff. It would be so crazy. Like we were like, dance, no, I still want to dance. It's a great place to go and have fun as well. Rosa Bonheur in Bois de Vincennes. Please do remember those ones. In La Villette also you have a small park here as well, which is great. It's along the La Villette, which is the part of La Villette where they have the museums with the Science and Exposition Museum. Right in between Paris, in downtown, because sometimes Paris can become so gray. The buildings are just like on top of each other, and everybody's like, I want to eat you kind of vibe. It's very important, like that people go into parks and have that kind of like reconnection with nature. So you have little parks from time to time. If you get lost in one of the streets, you're just walking along, you can find some park, right? Which is a great thing to sort of breathe and, take in a little bit and stuff, right? So I put Parc de Butte de Chaumont, Parc de la Villette, Montsouris, and Jardin de Luxembourg, which I talked about earlier. It's close to the Senate. Jardin des Tuileries is the next garden next to, what do you call it? The Louvre Museum, which is gigantic. It's a nice park as well. It's in the heart of the city. It was created by André de Notre, who created the Jardin de Versailles. So it's very manicured and magnifique. If you want to go there, there's like little chairs, metallic chairs. Had a few siestas there, and trust me, careful, there's some few birds that are going to cuckoo over there, but it's great to unwind as well when you're in the heart of the city. All right. The forest, Bois in French. Bois, so Bois de Vincennes is part of Paris. Bois de Boulogne was part of Paris. All right. There's some other parts that you can go out of the city. Remember, when you have the pass, you can, look on the map, like, I want to go here, see if there's a metro that goes there. Boom, you're gone. And you come back or you take a bus, which is great. Remember, picnics, going for a run, cycling is once like we have a little bit, even if it's cold, once there's a little bit of sun, like just tweaking its little light on us, we're like, let's get out of here. Let's go. What else? Now, this was not on the original presentation. This is one of my bonuses I wanted to share with you, the riverbanks. Now, these riverbanks, some of them, so it's called like Rive Seine-Georges Pompidou, which is our next president, used to have had cars there. Now, our current mayor was like, yeah, we want to go green and all that kind of jazz. So kicked out the car. In Paris were fuming. People were like, rah. But obviously, like, I've gone there a few times. And I sometimes, when the weather is nice, I take my bike and go along it. It's nice. It's really nice when summer, oh my God, it's a mess. Because once it's like from Tuesday, Wednesday, sometimes about from like 6 p.m., people are just sitting there and just unwinding, doing rollerblading, skating, doing I don't know what parties on some sections. People are just on a Friday, like if I'm leaving from work, everybody's partying. So there's like little bars that they've installed. Sometimes people just, like have these bars. Then there's little boats. So they call them péniches in French. They are little boats that are restaurants and bars. I mean, my God, they're like amazing. You can go from one to another. Sometimes you have to be booked, like if you're with friends, but they are great places to have party because you have the skyline of Paris. You can see some bridges, and people are just, like French people, nonchalant, like, we're just sitting here with our drink, with our music, we're just watching live by and making ourselves sophisticated stuff in our heads and conversation. It's love it. Really, from spring till late summer, fantastic. They live on this side and on the other side as well. On the other side, the Rive Gauche, you have to get closer to the Eiffel Tower. Then you find a few of them as well. And if you're on the early part of the city, so I'll go back to my map. Sorry about that. See, it's like this. The boats are like this. Some people live in these boats, by the way. Some are people living in it, but some are party. So you can just walk around and see which one have a party going on and just, hop on. All right. The map. Oh, no, sorry. Where's the map? Yeah, so the map. It went too fast. So this side, where's my map? That was my Bercy, Quinzevin, like Le Marais area. This area, the boats are really good. You're really going to have fun. Here on this side, you can have some as well, close to the Eiffel Tower area. Really good as well, okay? It's important that you really like the river of Paris. They're trying to make it, I mean, it's a very important part of the city. And I think it's something like that. It's like the blood of the city. And so they're trying to make it more and more attractive and lots of attraction because you can see the bridges. You can go on boat cruises as well. I have a friend who does organize private boat cruises, and it's just a great way of seeing the city. All right. Obviously, you can go on the big boat, but you can also do like a private boat with your sweetheart, just the two of you, champagne. If you don't want to go on the boat, just sit on the edge. It's not like a formal thing where we're like, oh, what do I do? You can just go to a supermarket, grab a wine. Well, be careful, don't go drinking crazy, yeah, because I get in trouble for that. But, grab a wine, have a seat on the edge of the river, and just, talk. And some people like bring their small speakers, and then they have music, and then before you know it, it's like 2, 3, 4, 10, 20 people. Obviously, there's a certain composure to have. You don't go rowdy and stuff, you can get in trouble. But if you don't do any harm, you're just fine, and the police come. And police generally don't bother people unless you do like something crazy. And you go home and It's ooh la la. Be careful, don't drop in the water, please. Please. You're gonna grow an arm and a head and stuff in the water. They're gonna clean the river, but it's not recommended. Just be careful, but I think it's a very, like, if it's too hot as well, when the city becomes hot in the summer, people go on the river and that sometimes is like, you think the whole of Paris is on that like 10 or 12 kilometer stretch of water. This side, that side, everybody's there. It's like, what's going on? But it's fantastic. All right. Bars and rooftops, restaurants, manger, il faut manger. So many restaurants, but what I was telling you about the 10th, 9th district and the 3rd district, so many restaurants hidden. I'm telling you guys, hidden. Sometimes I was just like, wait, what? There's a restaurant here? It's crazy. Joseph and Raymond is this Mediterranean bistro kind of cuisine. Obviously, we also have a lot of movement of vegan and stuff. It's not only about butter and stuff like that. We have like some international restaurants and then chefs who are trying different things. Le Bouillon restaurant is a traditional French cuisine. I passed by yesterday night. It's close to the one that's in the 18th district. It's close to Montmartre. There was a queue there. The cuisine is French style. It's not too expensive. It's good for your pocket, but the food is good, by the way, and a good portion as well, which is great. Laya Mediterranean, it's hidden in a hotel in the 11th arrondissement. Contrebande, it's a vegetarian restaurant that I was just talking about. BMK Paris is African cuisine. They have the one in 10th and one in 11th. Obviously, because we have a lot of diaspora, you can find Ethiopian cuisine, you can find Senegalese restaurants, a lot of restaurants are coming up to be able to keep.
Sorry, everyone. Just a moment. I think, Jupiter, you back?
Yeah.
Great. Okay.
Yeah. Can you hear me? Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now? Yeah, great. Quartier Latin Saint-Germain. Once you finish the theater, you can go to a bar next door, a bistro, generally at the angle of streets sometimes, and just ask to have a drink or something to eat, or sometimes they even stay late. You can just go and sit down and have a drink. It's not that formal. Yes, okay, if you're going to France, sometimes you make it a little bit formal, but sometimes we just like swing it. Quartier Mouffetard is in the 5e, close to the universities. So you have a lot of younger crowds and students as well, which is great because you can find people speaking English, Spanish, que pasa, ña, 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 and all different languages, and it's great to meet people. Faubourg Poissonnier Saint-Martin, 9th and 10th district, my people. Le Marais, 12th, fantastic. They have great cuisine. You find a lot of nice shops as well there, like really chic, and restaurants and theaters. The opera is also not too far. We have 2 operas, Opera Bastille and Opéra Garnier, which is close to the 8th and 9th district. Montparnasse, bistros, bars, intellectual, things like that. Bars. Now, I've put like a few bars. Now, there's a new movement. I don't know if you heard about it. I'm going to tell you inside, you know what I mean? It's called speakeasy bars. These bars are in a conception from like the Prohibition era. So they're hitting somewhere. So somebody took me to one last time. I had to like share with you. I'm looking for another one because there's another one actually you have to go through a laundromat to go to the bar, which is crazy. It's crazy. The no entry bar in the 9th arrondissement is Pink Mama. I don't know if you guys heard about Pink Mama. It's a restaurant, Italian restaurant. All the Instagrammers, people who follow Instagram, all the girls up there. In the restaurant, there's a bar underground. You have to go through like sort of their ice chamber or something like that, and you come into this nice velour, fantastic cocktails, sophisticated cocktail. My goodness. The other day I left there with 5 cocktails, 60 euros. It was worth it. But it was really nice. So there's another one I have to try, the Moonshiner. You can see again, 11th district. Mobster Bar, 11th district as well. Le Comptoir Général, they have like this collection of butterflies that is like encased and stuff. It's great because it's along a place called the Canal Saint-Martin, which is another like sort of a small little waterway, very long, but people are just hanging around restaurants, bars, and you can walk around it. And the Comptoir General has good cocktails, like think like infused with ginger and fruits and stuff. It has like very Caribbean and like how do you call it, holiday kind of mood. Mwah! Very good. They have a really good bar. Laho Bar and Rooftop. Now this, I think it's still open, but I think it's going to open soon as well because now it's still cold. You've got a nice view of Paris. Because you can see the river, you can see far away the Eiffel Tower, you can see the church as well, the Notre Dame. The queue there is crazy. It's close to Gare de Lyon in the 12th arrondissement, but the queue there is crazy. But if you go early, you get in, it's amazing. Le Rosa Bonheur, close to the Bois de Vincennes I was talking about. They have another Rosa Bonheur on the boat close to the Eiffel Tower as well. I forgot to put it in. Le Perchoir is in the 15th arrondissement. Rooftop, views of Eiffel Tower, baby. Great area as well. Very chic, jungle kind of feeling. Fantastic place. Don't go out too much because the pockets are gonna be dry. Gotta be watch out, but it's fantastic. This recommendation, and of course, if you go in a bar with some friends and you go in the Marais, we don't make it so formal. You just go there. It's like, oh, je sais pas, je vais aller là, and you go. Right? Very easy. Going for a dance, bonus steps. Obviously, this is the bonus steps. Along the river, I was telling you about, I wanted to come back to show you, where is it? Here, on Sundays, there is a place where people play music and you can find people dancing jazz, merengue, salsa, and another dance I think I forgot, on a Sunday. People dancing, and old people, young people, fantastic. If you love to dance, get it on, fantastic. Man, I've seen people dance jazz, old people dancing jazz. I was like, I need to get myself in dance jazz now, to show off a little bit. What else? Yeah, I didn't talk about the Moulin Rouge, which is in the 18th arrondissement. It's the long street Pigalle. You have the Moulin Rouge, like cabaret that you can go and see there. Also, they have like sex shops and all that kind of stuff. But it's okay, French people go there, but not all the time. It's more like a touristing thing. But it's great. It's a very good thing if it's your first time you want to see it. No, my internet. Hey, not now. Can you still hear me? Yeah. So I was saying, you can join evening strolls along the Parc River Saint-Georges Pompidou, which is great with the bars and stuff. You can stroll the Canal Saint-Martin. Close to where I live, you can explore street art scene of the 13th district, which is also the Asian neighborhood. You've got a lot of Cambodian, Vietnamese, Chinese, Japanese restaurants there. It's fantastic as well, right? Now there's a lot of crazy thing going on. Everybody's drinking bubble tea, bubble tea, bubble tea. I don't know why. Another thing, one of my friends organizes, she does visits of covered hallways, which are like ancient places where you used to go to like merchants. So you have like shops, libraries, and you can find like unique antiquity stuff as well there. There are like about 7 of them, which are really good. I highly recommend covered hallways. When it's raining, generally do that as well. Okay. For antique lovers, people who love antique stuff, like globes and weird stuff that you don't find anywhere. And people who like to decorate their homes. People who come from a lot of part of the world to go to the Marché Saint-Ouen, which is in the north. Let me go back to the map. Saint-Ouen, ¿dónde estás? A little bit out of my map. Sorry, right here, Saint-Ouen. It's not too far actually from the metro. Once you go there, you can find some antique stuff. If you like to hustle and bustle and find some unique forks and knives used by Louis XIV and all that stuff, you got there. All right, very, very highly recommended. Marché aux Puces de Saint-Ouen. For those who like fashion lovers who want to broid their own clothes and all that, France, don't forget, is a fashion city. But if you're looking for fabrics, I know my aunt, she did my curtains and stuff like that. She goes and gets her stuff from the Goutte d'Or, which is close to the Montmartre area, where you get like a lot of inspiration for fashion, like cloth and stuff, if you want to get a little bit. It's also like an ethnic neighborhood. You find a lot of people from the African diaspora, restaurants, they're all dressed and stuff. Fantastic. All right. That's about it in a nutshell. I hope I didn't throw a lot on your plate. Thank you so much. Muchísimas gracias. Merci beaucoup. I hope I didn't run over time. Oh my God, I'm thinking of all these things. Please, 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 if you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer. And you can send me a DM as well. I'll get back to you. You know me. I'm there for you guys. Merci beaucoup. And I hope to see, I don't know how many of you are in the chat. 75. If any of 75 people are coming to Paris, I'm seeing you all in Paris. We're gonna have some fun. All right. Thank you so much again for your time and your energy. I appreciate y'all. Thank you. Over to you, Leia. Salamat. Where you at?
Woo,
Are you alive?
Salamat. Thank you, Jupiter. Can you hear me?
Yep. Yeah, I can hear you. Loud and clear.
I am here. Hopefully you can hear me.
Yeah. I have to stop sharing the screen.
Okay, I'm so sorry. Everyone, I accidentally pasted everyone's questions in the chat. Please ignore that. But I did post Jupiter's contact information in the chat. So if you want to reach out to him, you have a specific question, please feel free to get in touch, give him a follow, subscribe to his newsletter. His blog is incredible. We have so many good questions. So let's go ahead and get started. I think a few people in the chat are seriously going to book a flight to Paris right this second. So we are ready. And thank you so much for your energy. It's been so great. So yes, I'm sorry. Hopefully my internet is okay for now. Okay, so Janice wants to know, do you recommend one particular e-bike over another?
There's Lime, there's Uber, there's Dot. I don't use them that much because I normally have my pass to go around. But there's I've used Lime, I've used Dot. There used to be like Lime a bird or something like that. I think I don't see it anymore. Then there's the Uber. So the Uber you can get like Lime because I have an association as well with them. You can also get the bicycle of Uber, Jump Bike, I think they're called. We also have like ones that we used to park, Paris bikes but that one's like only French people use it because you need like French card and that hassle, and just foreigners or tourists generally try and use like Lime and all these Uber other e-bikes and stuff. Obviously, I was saying that because of people was having accidents, we have a few accidents and stuff, and people not following road rules and stuff. They're trying to implement maybe wearing a helmet. So those who are going to be coming to Paris, just FYI to know that they might implement helmet, because if you don't, you might get a fine if the police stops you, because people are just leaving them parked everywhere and people are just going crazy with it. But I recommend that you just get like any of them is fine. Obviously you have to check that there's battery and stuff, which I didn't do last time. But yeah, I would recommend those ones.
Okay, thank you so much. I feel everyone is frozen for me, so it may be my video. If you see me go off video, that's just because I'm trying to like save bandwidth or whatever, but hopefully you all can still hear me. Trying to write in the chat. Great, thank you, Jupiter, for that question. Okay, so Susan wants to know how safe is public transportation? Like, it's okay to take at night. What are your recommendations?
Yeah, so sometimes, all right, tip is obviously like, I don't want to disrespect you or anything like that. I'm saying like use common sense and stuff. You have to watch your pockets, because even it's not like when you are at night, you can be like in a crowded metro and then you don't.
Are you gonna show us what you learned?
Yes, I'm showing what I learned. Yeah. Show me. Sorry. So Erica. Yeah, and so you have to watch your pockets and stuff. I would say like most of the time, just be mindful of what you're doing with your keys and your phones and stuff like that. And there was always messages in the PA system that tells you like to be watchful of your product. I wouldn't say like just be on the lookout, you know, on the metro, a crowded metro or not a crowded metro. At night, yeah, if it's like late at night and it's going to some like weird area that's like not crowded and you're alone, maybe just be careful, but you should be fine. You should be fine most of the time. If you just like look out, keep your keys, don't be sure. Quick security tip, don't be flunging your, I don't think rollies and kind of stuff like that, just because you will snatch them.
Rollies.
Yeah.
How about
Rolex? Rolex.
Yeah,
Rolex and
maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe don't bring your rollie to Paris. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe just give it.
Just a
give it to me. Give it to me.
Give it to Jupiter will protect it for you. Everyone.
Yes. Hell yeah. Yeah. So just keep your stuff in the pocket. Just be mindful. Yeah. I hope I answered that question.
Yeah, you absolutely did. I think it's good to be mindful everywhere you go, and none of this, phone,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
great to know. Okay, so next question. Alec wants to know, and I'm so sorry, I cannot pronounce any French words for the life of me, but Alec wants to know, is district the same thing as arrondissement?
Yeah, I like, yeah, the district and arrondissement are two same things. Yeah, totally.
Okay, great. Brian asked, if you had to pick one great district to stay in for value pricing, which one would that be?
Oh, man, Brian came with the guns. Yo, Brian, you want to kill me? I would definitely say, which area would I say? Oh my God. I'd say Marais, Le Marais, close to Le Marais, and no, I'd say yeah, Le Marais is not too bad. I mean, it depends. Are you like a person who like wants to do activity? I'd say Le Marais, and then like close to the 9th and the 10th. No, but that's too noisy. 9th would be good. It depends if you find a nice Airbnb. 9th would be good. As hotels as well everywhere. 9th would be good. St. George. When I put St. George, so yeah, St. George is close to the 9th. Last time I went there, it looked like a really nice neighborhood because you can walk to a lot of restaurants, theaters, and it's the heart, almost in the heart of the city, right? So theaters, restaurants, bars, nightlife, you're very close to it. Yeah, I'll go for the 9th, but St. George area. And the Marais is also good. The Marais, you can have like some really nice stuff. And I mean,
Okay.
value. But if you have money as well, the 5th and 6th arrondissement is good as well. But there, the problem is that it's nice to stay there. There's no party. There's no, I mean, there's some theaters and stuff, but it's not too lively. Yeah. I would say in the 9th though. Yeah. Which part of, come again?
Okay, I dropped.
Yeah. Oh, you dropped off?
I dropped
Oh,
what you recommended in the chat.
okay.
No, sorry.
Mm.
I wrote it in the chat, what you just recommended. So if you need to correct any of my spelling or add anything
Yeah.
else, go ahead. So
Yeah.
and just a reminder, everyone, we will be sending out this presentation afterwards, so you will have it for future reference and whatnot. So no worries there if you missed anything in the chat.
Yeah.
Great, good to know, Jupiter. Okay, so Janice actually has an interesting question. Are there any parts of Paris that you don't recommend?
Yeah, I would say in recommend as in terms of safety wise, or in like recommend. Okay, let me see. Recommend like don't.
I guess you
go
could go
there.
either way. If there's anything you don't recommend safety, or if there's one that you think
Yeah,
there's not
'cause
much
I
to
would say
do.
yeah, like in the 18th district, some areas can become like a little bit dodgy because a lot of people will be hugging you and stuff. But then also on the other side of the 18th district, like there's Montmartre. It's close to like the top, it will be nice, but then you also have like some dodgy areas as well. The 20th, maybe I would say the 20th, but yeah, I would say maybe the 20th. There's a cemetery which is famous, the Père Lachaise cemetery in the 20th, but it's also close to the park. It's a different kind of neighborhood and stuff. Yeah, I would say like maybe if you're going on the suburbs, then I would say avoid maybe Saint Denis. But in the heart of Paris, every neighborhood, some neighborhood, like, by the way, some neighborhoods that can be nice, like the 8th that I was talking to you about, that there's the presidential palace. They had like 4 or 5, I'm just even, they had like these jewelry shops and people like go there and do attacks. And they have high-end hotels, people who are flashing their rollies and stuff, and then they get snatched. And in the 16th arrondissement, yeah, 16th, which is like a high-end area, people follow like people who are these old ladies who are rich and stuff, who go into their buildings and then they like snatch them. So it's like a high-end neighborhood. Then the 8th, where there's the presidential palace, and you have all this incredible like security and stuff, because like shops with $1 million watches and stuff like that. Stuff does happen there as well, right? So it's like a fine balance. Okay, I know it's not a spot-on answer, and just be safe, obviously, but some areas maybe there's not a lot of things to do there. 20th or like some other place, maybe south of France, south of Paris, sorry. I would say maybe avoid there. Yeah, but maybe in the heart of the city is fine. But you should always be on the lookout. Obviously, don't just be going like that, but just be safe with your stuff and surroundings. I'm sorry if I hope I answered
Absolutely.
the question. Yeah.
I think there's something different, different people look for different things when they travel, but
Yes.
it's always interesting to hear people's opinions.
Yeah.
So we appreciate you speaking
Yeah.
out on that, just in your experiences and
Yeah.
whatnot. So, and I mean, I feel the top tip so far, don't bring your Rolex, just keep it at home, keep it in the safe.
And even the camera and stuff.
Okay,
You have to be careful with the camera.
Yes, put that on like a strap or something.
Mhm.
Hold it close. Okay, next question from Jeff. I mean, let's see if you have a recommendation for this. Do you have a hotel recommendation for a first timer? Because Jeff is looking to do the typical tourist stuff for 3 days. So it's, a pretty quick long weekend trip. So best hotel.
That's the
Go.
question. What's the budget? Jeff, I know I'm
Good
sorry.
question.
I'm so bad. What's your budget? Because I can give you like some hotels that are like close to like the heart of the city. They're terrific. The question is, what's your budget? Like anything that's 3 or 4 stars, it'd be good as well. Like 3 star, 4 star, 4 stars would be good. In the heart of the city.
Okay.
But no, like maybe if you want to maybe try and avoid some chains. Okay, I have a client who stayed in the Pullman, which is just behind the Eiffel Tower. It's a great hotel. You have great views of the Eiffel Tower. It's a Pullman, safe and stuff. It depends on your budget. But I would say,
think Jeff just said middle of the road budget, 3 to 4 stars.
middle of the
I know
road.
this.
Jeff, you're killing me, bro. Because middle of the road might be 500 for me. 3-4 star. Yeah, definitely. Like, try and go for a 4 star so that you get like nice service as well and close to the heart of the city. But there are many. I was thinking but that one is like it's a 4 star. It's close to the Louvre. It's a nice hotel. It's close to the Louvre. Yeah. That's a good question.
What is it called? What is it called again, Jupiter? Do you mind typing it in the chat, or if you spell it out, I can.
Yeah, let me just find it because I don't have it on top of my head. Louvre Hotel.
That's okay. And I also feel like anyone that has any specific hotel or trip questions, absolutely reach out to Jupiter on Instagram. He's very active on Instagram if you have that, or his blog, and he can probably answer, those
this
best.
is a 5 star. Okay. The Louvre Hotel is a 5 star. Okay, it's a Hyatt one. No, I got. Wait, let me see. Let me zoom out of the map. I'd say, because there's so many hotels that's in Hotel Louvre Piedmont. Let me see this one. I would say, like, look in the heart of the city, any hotel that comes close to, let me put it down, Jeff. I'll put it down and check for you. Hotels 4 star or 3 star. Yeah. Okay, in Paris. Yeah, I would say if you can look on the map, any hotel that's like 4 star is good. So you don't get disappointed. 3 stars, the thing about some 3 stars in Paris, they can be like some really small hotel. Obviously, I don't know you, but some hotels can be like not so great, like for a 3 star. They are just like, okay, just a hotel. Yeah.
Okay. Good to know. I just dropped Jupiter's contact info in the chat again. So those one-off questions are really good to ask him via his website, Instagram, Facebook. So go ahead and reach out to them. Okay, so let's see. Another one from Janice. Actually, this might be good since we're coming close on time. This is probably a good question to ask via Instagram and website as well. But any amazing restaurants and coffee shops that are not well known to tourists, if you have any like off the top of your head, absolutely shout them out. Otherwise, that might be a good one to answer in the DMs.
Coffee shop, that's a really toughie. That's like the restaurants I gave you, like they're like not too touristy. Like Laya restaurant, for example, is not too touristy. French people like just go there. Some restaurants you have to book them on their, like if you download the Fork app, or if you look on Google Maps, sometimes the restaurants you can book them as well, or you can call them. Restaurant, wow, that's a good one. Like the ones I gave you are really like good. Like in my suggestion, I think they're good, but there are so many restaurants. That's the thing in Paris. There are so many that are that I didn't even have a look like, oh, this restaurant or that restaurant. Yeah.
I think the list that you provided in your presentation is a really good starting
Yeah.
point. So
Yeah. It's a
don't
good
worry,
starting.
everyone. We'll get.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But in Paris, like there's so many, like I'm trying to think, there's so many restaurants. But and it's not like something I go to all the time. Those ones I've gone to are really good. But yeah, most of the time we just like, is it for a special occasion? I think the ones I give you are really good as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, isn't Paris considered one of the culinary capitals of the world?
Yeah.
So
there's some
really
restaurants I
depends.
left out that are like 5 stars that are really good. Jules Verne in the Eiffel Tower is great. There's some that are on the fig, La Cuillère d'Argent is like, wow, it's a really nice restaurant. But to get in, like the wait list is long as well. Some are not like 1 star Michelin and they're really good as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe
then-
like whoever is asking me should come, we'll go and hunt for some restaurants.
Restaurant hunting, yes,
Yeah.
yes. And Jupiter, I dropped in the chat earlier, it might just be a best practice these days to check if a restaurant needs reservations in advance, because I feel like that's really the way the world is going. It's like
Yeah.
they're trying to limit the amount of people, smaller groups, certain time slots, etc. So anywhere you go, pretty much check to see if they need if you need a reservation in advance.
Yeah, and coffee shops in the 9th district, you find a few of them. In the 9th district, 9th district. There's one that I went that was vegan. Where's my phone? Hold on. Just give me a second. Hold on.
Okay, coffee shops in the 9th district. Hot tip.
Yeah, because in the 9th district, when you walk there, there's like so many restaurants, bars, food. Let me see, where is it? Rue de Mogador. Farmers, it's called Farmers. So they serve breakfast and a little bit of brunch and stuff. It's called Farmers, like the farmer.
And it's vegan?
Yeah, they had some vegan stuff, yeah.
Okay, vegan options available. Okay.
But there's some that I'm missing out as well for sure, because there's tons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, one last great question, Jupiter,
Yeah,
and then we can wrap up. Last one is from Kyle. Are there
Yes.
any good national parks or day trips from Paris that you would recommend?
So go with my boy. National parks. They're kind of far, national parks though. Day trips, I know people go to like Saint Michel church, which is like on an island. It's close to Rennes, so you can take the fast train from Paris to Rennes. It's like 2 hours. That would be one. National park, another one. Some of them are a little bit further down, close to Lyon. Actually, are national parks that you need to go inside and reserve and just walk around in a park, like forest or hike and stuff like that. Yeah, around Paris.
Okay.
Yeah, they will be like just like normal parks. I haven't looked into that. Let me do national parks. But the ones that I know are like a little bit far out. I think out of Paris, you can go to the Strasbourg region for like a day or two. You can go to Sancerre region. You can go to the Bourgogne region, actually out of Paris, which is good. That might take you maybe 2 days, I think, at least. Yeah, Sancerre, you can. The thing is that once you're in Paris, actually, you can get like a fast train. You go to Rennes. You can go to the Atlantic coast. You can go to Bordeaux, which is on the Atlantic coast. You can go to Marseille, which is 3 hours. So there's a national park close to Marseille. It's called the Calanque, which is great as well. Fantastic. So yeah, you can do that, but it's like 3 hours away. It's like a train. Pew! And then you walk and then you come back. I think you have to get a car to Marseille though. The good thing is that once you're in Paris, you can just get trains and start like just going left and right. Yeah. Out of Paris though, like some of them that are close by, because Paris in the basin is like a little bit flat. So unless maybe you're going to like a small one, the big ones, I think you have to go out of a little bit of town. Yeah. Hope I answered that question.
Yeah, you did. Absolutely. I didn't know. That's great. That's great to know. Jupiter, this has been so incredibly informative. And I think I speak for everyone when I say that your energy is through the roof. You're amazing. We're all booking tickets to Paris ASAP.
Yes. Yeah.
So thank you for